the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
Win a Super Bowl. And can he do that at 40 years old? We'll see.
We shall see. Okay. Well, there's a lot of time for that, and we'll talk more Jets when we get to that point in our preview summer series and all that good stuff. But JP, love it or leave it this week. The Carolina Panthers are quietly having a good offseason.
I say this very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers have had a good offseason.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I understand you're balking at paying Robert Hunt $100 million, paying Damian Lewis $50 million. They're the Panthers. You have to overpay. You have to. With an owner like they have, with a quarterback that isn't really showing anything right now, you have to overpay. And what I think they've done is you see what the vision is going to be for the Carolina Panthers. And it is they're going to run the piss out of the football, and then they're going to stop the piss out of the run. You know, they are going to stop the run and run the ball. Robert Hunt at right guard, Damian Lewis at left guard. I think it makes a lot of sense for a short quarterback who faced a lot of pressure up the middle. You still need to fix that for Bryce Young. And I think Dave Canales has said, like, explicitly, they want to run the ball. They want Bryce Young to get the ball out of his hands. I think that's the best way you can get Bryce Young to be successful in the NFL, is if you turn him into a point guard, quick game style operator. I think trading for Diontae Johnson is sick. Like, he is such an easy separator that's going to help in the RPO game, in the quick game where Bryce Young tends to succeed. It allows Adam Thielen to be less of a number one and more of a two. It allows Jonathan Mingo to be truly in the power slot role. You still need another receiver. You can still go add one. But now you don't necessarily have to add a guard in free agency or in the draft. Now you can go with that 33rd or 39th pick. You can go address the defense, which is going to need a lot of help still. You can go and get another edge rusher. You can go and add another corner if you want to. It just opened up so many abilities for the Panthers heading into April that I am cautiously optimistic about what they're doing. I'm not saying like it's going to be, they're going to instantly turn it around, because I don't think so. They're 3 years away from being 2 years away. So it's going to take a little while, but I think I like what they've done.
Are you just as optimistic, Jarrett?
Yeah, man, I like the moves that they've made. You know, they had a clear vision in mind, which is, okay, you know, let's get some nice pieces on the offensive line. They traded scraps for Diontae Johnson. It gives Bryce Young a legitimate number one receiver who, like JP said, is a natural separator, a good route runner, and a Dave Canales offense. I mean, that I think he's going to thrive. So getting Bryce as much help as he can get, that's, you know, objective number one. I would still like to see them get another receiver, because Adam Thielen is right under 39 years old or whatever the hell.
Can we just say real quick? Can we just applaud his agent for all the like press he's getting out of Thielen? Like, they're out here like putting Adam Thielen on the posters, on the ticket sales. They're like, Adam,
I mean, who the hell
Thielen.
else are they gonna put? There's no one else there. So,
really though, it's crazy.
A lot of guys left very quickly. And you know what's funny too? They used to be like, they had so many notable guys like Kuechly, Peppers, Thomas Davis. They've had Josh Norman, Steve Smith. Like, you actually think about it, like they've had so many actually like recognizable figures, and right now they just don't really have those guys to market.
And they got wasted by Ron Rivera.
Also,
Cam Newton, obviously, too.
Jadeveon Clowney, signed by the Panthers. This team is going to stop the piss out of the run. They want to stop the run. Ashawn Robinson being there. Josie Jewell being a signing.
That's a good signing.
Good signing for them. Next to Shaq Thompson, who's coming off a broken leg. I really do like what they've done, and it frees up what they're able to do in the draft.
And I would say their biggest loss was losing Frankie Louvu, but again, they signed Josie Jewell to try to kind of fill that hole. So
I mean, they did trade away Brian Burns. Like, that's
they did trade away.
That's
Brian
their
Burns.
biggest loss.
Even then, man, like, I understand that is a big loss, but it kind of goes back to, you know, the conversation we had about running backs last year. Obviously, edge rusher being a much more important position, but he's been there for how long, and they've won a grand total of nothing with him. So, like, I thought that they could have got a little bit more. What did they get for Brian Burns?
A second and a fifth.
I thought that they could get, if you're going to trade him for a second and a fifth, why not trade him when the Rams are offering you 2 firsts? Like, because what was the point there?
The price now, or what is it? What is the line?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah, I guess so.
To be fair to the Panthers, because I've crushed them for that as well. It was 2 different regimes. Fitterer was not willing to trade Brian Burns, and you had to cut ties because he was not going to sign with them anyway.
No,
especially at $157 million, which is what he got from the Giants. But losing Brian Burns is obviously a big gap to fill because he is very, very good. So that's probably their biggest hole. Frankie Louvu, I think, is fun, very good linebacker, but they have holes to fill, especially in the pass rush department. But getting veterans like Jadeveon Clowney, DJ Wanham, A'Shawn Robinson, that helps raise their floor from off of being like the doormat of the NFL to just being a little. You can get up off the ground, you can dust yourself off a little bit, look a little respectable.
I like it. Jarrett, your favorite Lions offseason move thus far is what?
Favorite Lions offseason move thus far? I had it in.
Nicely done, nephew. The Chase Thomas podcast. Hell yeah.